Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Oh, I don't have my my little Devoom app on. Usually it's like going with my little Halloween pictures. So, anyways, happy Wednesday. I almost went live last night, but it was just like too dark and it was like getting way past my bedtime. Gosh, this light sometimes is just like shining. Okay, it's my reading light, but like sometimes it shines in my eyes. So here we are, happy Wednesday, showing up, going live. I had something different that I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about the origins of my necklace. But last night, Holy Spirit told me that there's just something different that I need to talk about. And I think this is going to be so amazing for you because if you believe in like quantum leaps, I really just honestly don't know what to call it. I just call them quantum leaps and timeline jumping. Then this is definitely for you. So, life, guys. Life is seriously so good. And I'm telling you, like this, when I say that this has been the best year of my life because it's been the most spiritual year of my life, it literally is so true. So what I want to say today, sorry, because I'm literally just like, I might just go off on a tangent because I'm just like, Okay. So 2 things, especially if you are feeling stuck and especially if you are trying to rise to your next level. Okay. There's 2 things that usually we are blocking ourselves from. So usually when I pray, especially if I'm going through something, I pray to get out of my own way. I just say, God, help me get out of my own way. Like, just get out of my own way. So a lot of my revelations and things that I share with you guys are because I have finally gotten out of my own way. So 2 things. Usually the thing that you are avoiding, like where you just know you need to do this and you're avoiding it like the plague, is probably the thing that you need to do and is probably the thing that's going to set you free. That's number 1. I'll go into that in a second. Number 2 is not necessarily the thing that you're avoiding. It's just kind of like the thing you just keep putting off. So like you're not aware that you like, it doesn't have the awareness of like, oh, like I definitely don't want to do it. Like, you want to do it, but like it's a priority issue. It just falls lower on the totem pole of like what you're going to spend your time doing that day, and it just gets pushed to the side. And those are, though, the 2 things that are literally going to level you up and move you forward in life. Okay? And I'll kind of show you how to like figure that out. So, number 1, this is the big one. This is the one that's literally going to set you free. The thing that you're avoiding, the thing that you hate, the thing that you don't want to do, the thing that everyone keeps telling you to do, the thing that you feel like is haunting you because everywhere you go online or something reminds you of this one thing you need to do, is the thing that's literally going to set you free. That is the thing that is going to break you out of whatever stuckness you are in, and it's going to move you to the next level. It may not be like the answer to the end all of what you're trying to achieve, but it will be the thing that gets you unstuck. So, for example, when I got sick in 2019, so I'm a doer. I'm a thinker, I'm a planner, I'm a strategizer, I'm a doer, but like I'm mutable, like so I'm flexible. So like I can plan, but I can also go with the flow. Okay, I love that about myself. So, but I do spend a lot of time in my head. I don't really understand my body. Okay, and so after getting sick, like I said, I spent 2 years in just really intensive therapy because I literally was just not going to have someone tell me, and this is like the defiance in me, that's like, it's going to take you a long time to heal. Sure, I know healing is a forever journey, but like, what if it doesn't have to do that? What if there is another way, right? Everyone's like, it's going to take you so long to get over a breakup. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, I just never have been someone to just claim what everything says just because historically it's been, like said that way. Like, why do you think someone beat the 4-minute mile? Because he believed he can. So I'm like, if I believe that I just have to learn the root cause of what got me sick, then I can be free of that. So anyways, so I spent, like I said, a lot of time in therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, self-love, emotional intelligence. I did do a lot of body things like breath work and meditation and movement of my body, but not with the intent to get to know my body, with the intent to, it was very like still very mental. So during my healing journey, a lot of times, and I would do like, what do they call that? Float tank. So sensory deprivation, where you go inside of a float tank, and it's just, it's kind of scary at first. Like literally I was like, nope, open the door. And I was like, nope, I'm getting out of here. Or it's like, we got to keep this door cracked. Because like when they close it, it is no sound and it is absolute darkness, and you are just floating in salt water, which like, by the way, is so cool to just like float in like salt water, which if you've never been to the Dead Sea in Israel, like, and if you could ever make it there, like that was such a gift for me to be able to experience that. But anyways, like, and they close and it's dark. It's absolutely dark and there's no sound, no light, nothing. And so it was kind of thinking about it right now actually kind of makes me a little bit scared. Let me start tapping. But it's so good for you. So I spent a lot of time in my head and dealing with my emotions and dealing with my spiritual life, right? And so like everyone, all of my therapists, Instagram, algorithm, friends, everybody would just say like, maybe you need to spend time in your body, like getting to, and I was like, I don't even know what that means. Like, yeah, I'm doing breath work, I'm meditating, like that's like in my body. And it's like, no, like spending time feeling into your body, breathing into your body, doing yoga, doing Pilates, different things like that, but not with the intention of like the mental like space that you're in, but with the intention to sit with your body and feel and allow yourself to feel these emotions, allow yourself to like let your body lead you where it needs to go. Because we've been so cut off as a society from the attachment of our body, especially when it comes to our emotions. We are unable to sit with ourselves through big emotions, and it's very scary. So we stuff down, we repress, we avoid, but allowing yourself to just feel the beauty of it. And to a degree, I did, but like I said, I wasn't conscious that I was doing it. Like if I was really grieving or going through something, I would just allow myself to sit in that pain. And just be like, it is okay. Like you are okay. And just feel it and let it, process out of me. But I still wasn't necessarily, like I said, getting into the body. So a lot of things, especially the thing that you are, keep being told to do, is probably going to feel or sound counterproductive. So the key that everyone kept telling me was like, you need to rest, you need to get back into your body, you need to tap back into your body. And I'm like, that just sounds so counterproductive. Like I said, I'm a doer. So to me, it's like, if I just like sit here or like take the day off and rest, or like if I do yoga and Pilates versus like lifting weights and doing a HIIT workout, like that's supposed to help me. So a lot of what you think that you should be doing and the advice that you get of things that are recommended to you may be counterproductive. In your mind, you're like, that's not how I'm used to doing it. Like, there's no way. Like, I just have been trained to feel like a workout isn't a workout if you are not sweating. Like, if you are not sweating, and then I'm like, what is Pilates? Like, so that was the advice for me. And that was years ago. And I'm telling you, like, your body will tell you the things that you need, like the answers that you need to solve your problems. You just have to slow down and make space to listen to it. So this year, well, let me dial it back a second. Last year, I kept telling myself, this is the year of my body. Because I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And I didn't. And so I was still in my head. But this year, I would say maybe about a couple of months ago, I kept feeling like I need to get back into my body. And this time, though, I feel like I trusted the information just because for me personally, because I was I'm in a deep walk with God, and anything that he tells me that I discern that's him after going through my protocols and my checks and balances, then I know it's good for me. So I started laughing because I was like, God, are you calling me back to my body? Because I have literally been avoiding this for so many years. Not because like I think it's bad. It's just because, like I said, I think it's counterproductive. I think rest is counterproductive. I think, not doing a lot of stuff is counterproductive. But I had to sit and realize, which now like I'm talking this out, I'm realizing it, that a lot of what God has been doing through me has been so restful this year. The way that I have achieved sales, the way that I've done business, the way that I have worked has not been through force or pushing or doing. it has been through leaning back and receiving. And now I realize like, I had no idea. So then to like get to this point where he's like, okay, let's go back into the body even deeper. Like, it's so cool because he had been preparing me to receive that advice so that I could be open to it. Oh, that's so cool. I have to sit with that for a second because I didn't realize that. I literally just realized that like right now during this moment. This whole year has been so different because I just completely surrendered to God's will, and very much like it was very hard in certain times. And wow, I'm just realizing now that he literally took me on a journey this year and how I did stuff. And I could tell in the moments like, wow, I used to struggle through this, or I would usually push myself through this and I'm not. And like, I'm still receiving, you know, not even just like I said through my business, but like even being able to receive help. Like I'm receiving so much love and help from my family because of the things that he's done through me. So that's just so crazy. Like, sorry, I'm like trying not to cry because I'm just like, wow, okay, I didn't realize that. It's just, okay. Thank you. Gosh, I'm telling you, I am literally having so many epiphanies. I can't even remember what it is I'm trying to say. Okay. So wow. Thank you, God. So yes, calling me back to my body. So again, remember, this was the thing that I was avoiding. Like this was the thing that I was like, no, I'm not doing it. So about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was like, okay, let's get back into the body. I was listening to a sermon by Sarah Jakes Roberts, and she was saying that by 33, your lung capacity is very diminished. So a lot of us are walking around holding our breaths, and a lot of us aren't breathing. And I knew that that was an issue for me because when I used to suffer from the physical version of anxiety, I would hold my breath. I would just like start freaking out, hyperventilating, and you just lose all control. So that's when I started breath work. But like I said, it was very mental. And so I said, okay, God, I hear you. Let's get back to the body. So about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I started for myself a 40-day breathwork challenge where I do, which after this live, that's what I'm going to go do. And I do breathwork. I can't tell you because my lungs are so tight and like my thymus gland is so tight. So I'm constantly trying to expand my chest and breathe, and just being able to breathe just has given me so much peace. So I'm like, okay, God, let's do that. So anyone, like I said, I recommend breath work because it really is amazing. So the next thing that God led me to was embodiment work. I didn't really know what that meant, but like I said, I've been avoiding this for years, and now I'm finally diving in and doing it. So I don't know if anyone's heard of Victoria Washington. If you have not, she is amazing. So she recently held a challenge about doing wealth embodiment and just really kind of removing just getting back into your body and removing, just the conditions that have been put on you, or even just ancestral conditions that have been put on you. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I said, okay, let me sign up. So I signed up. It was a 5-day challenge. Normally, I don't do live challenges because, like I said, I'm a doer. So I feel like sometimes it's a waste of time because I like to listen to things at 2x speed. So I'm like, okay, let's just get this done. But God told me, do this challenge. When I tell you guys that my life was changed from that, like I literally kind of got sick for 2 days because of just the massive release of like emotions and like ancestral trauma, timelines, just all these things from my body. She leads you through something, what she calls the we flow. I can't explain it to you unless you've experienced it. So if you've ever experienced Victoria We Flow, Maylene, Angie, my girls, it is absolutely insane. It is somatic body work, breath work, trauma release. And it was so crazy. And it was literally like an hour and a half. And it felt like time stood still. Like I was in no time. And I went through anger and sadness and grief to joy, to pleasure, to happiness, to power, to vision. And it was so transformative of just me being in my body and feeling my body. And it awakened something inside of me. And I was like, oh my gosh, God, like, what is this? And I'm not going to go, like, sorry, I'm not going to go into too much of the details because like sometimes it's just like, oh God, okay. So after that, I was like, wow, like, this is what you meant when you said get back into the body. Because another thing I've been struggling with is just emotional eating. And the Holy Spirit has been working with me on that, but it's just like sometimes my body overrides my decision to, follow through. So after doing this embodiment flow and just really kind of, the breath work and all this stuff, there was a moment where, which may seem small to some, but huge to me, where like, my sister, I think I talked about this, but like she made banana cheesecake, and if you know my sister, she makes things from scratch. If you've seen some of our photos, like when we bake, it's from scratch, baby. And so it was just sitting there looking at me, looming, and I literally just ate a really plentiful, beautiful meal. And I asked myself in that moment, because she says body leads, mind follows. And I said, well, that's hard for me because my mind is like constantly overriding my body. So she's like, that's why you have to get back in touch with your body. So I'm standing in front of this cheesecake, and that mantra pops into my head. And I ask myself, like, I work through my thoughts only to come to the conclusion that in this moment, usually my mind was telling me that I needed this cheesecake, and I would justify it by random feelings in my body. But this time there was something different where I could listen to my body, and my body said, no, you don't need that. You're just feeling like a little empty. You just want to be comforted. No. And I could walk away from that without feeling any lack. And that was so powerful. And that was, like I said, just the catalyst for everything. So now I've been doing, I've been going back into my tapping. Of course, I've been doing my breath work. Another thing that I've been doing is hip rocking, where I lay on the floor and you just rock your hips for trauma release. And yin yoga, which is, and you look it up, but basically it's yoga that, well, let me take it back. I've been doing yin yoga with trauma release. So what she specializes in is a lot of rocking during the yoga to when you're in the pose, and trauma release and breathing into the pose. And I am telling you, like, my body has literally been, like I didn't realize how much I was in a cage. And doing this, I was like, holy crap, like if I do this literally for like the next year, my body is going to be unlocked. So to kind of sum this up, sorry, I just like went off on a tangent. That was the thing that I was avoiding. I was avoiding getting back into my body for years, until my body screamed loud enough, made me get sick, made me have a seat and say, like, you have to slow down and you have to like get back in touch with yourself, or you are going to kill your destiny. That's a tough one. And to then now see God gently lead me back to this place, and I take a leap of faith and I do it, and I see the rewards, I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, this is exactly what I need to be doing. So I can tell you guys, you are not going to believe who I become in the next like 90 days. Like, it's me, but like, it's the who I've been trying to express, but it's just been in a cage, because I recognize, like, yes, we have mind and soul, but like, we are still in this body. I am still a body. I'm still a flesh suit. So I have to learn how to take care of it. So I'm doing somatic body work, trauma healing, hip opening stretches, body rocking, breath work. And that's where I'm going to be focusing on my attention. And I do body scans in every moment. I ask myself, how am I feeling in this moment before I make a decision, before I start to do something? And it's been so powerful. So I ask you and I urge you to think, what is the one thing that everyone keeps telling you to do, but you're like, no, I don't want to do this. That is the one thing that's going to set you free. That is where your breakthrough is. That, like, if you keep praying about an answer, your answer is already in front of you. It just doesn't look like what you want. So take some time to like sit with that and figure out what that is, and then go do it. Go do it. And I promise you, you were like I said, it may not be the thing that leads you to your victory, but it's going to literally unlock your pathway for you. So anytime you feel stuck, think about the one thing you don't want to do. Like, I never wanted to show up doing lives, not because I was afraid of lives. It's just because like, it's been a progression of different things, but like doing these lives has unlocked so much. It has shown me where I am weak. It has shown me where I am strong. It's amazing. So that's block number one. Block number two, final block, is not the thing that's, big, glaring, that, you keep hearing, you keep seeing. It's in the sense of like how you prioritize your day. So prioritizing your day is very important. And I talk about this as like high level procrastination. We tend to avoid the most important thing to do that day because all the other little things makes it feel like you've done a lot, makes you feel full. And that one thing that you kind of push to the side is the one thing that is going to catapult you in that day. So think about that as well. So think about the big thing in terms of like your overall life that you just keep thinking about that's keeping you stuck. And then throughout your day, learn how to prioritize your tasks and see the one task that that's really like, like, if I just do this one thing, like, yes, I know it's important, and yes, I may not feel like I was productive, but I promise you it is literally going to set you free. Because I had that moment yesterday where I had this one thing I was supposed to do, and I just wasn't really paying attention, and I just kept pushing it to the side, only to kind of like watch it or like, do it like right before I had to go somewhere. And I was like, if I would have watched this early in the morning, which at the time it was at the top of my to-do list, I just kept pushing it down. Like, I wouldn't have had some of the thoughts that I had today. Like, that's how powerful it is. So think about the things that you don't want to do, but is like your breakthroughs on the other side. And then before you start your day, ask yourself, which one of these tasks is actually important to move me to my goal? And that's the task you need to focus on first. And I promise you, like, I can't even like explain it enough. Like, I am literally just sitting here in awe, because I'm just like, Terry, what? I'm like jumping timelines. Like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, my life is literally happening so fast on top of so many other things that are happening. And I'm like, it is because, like, just pray, ask yourself, how do I get out of my own way? And once you start asking yourself that, like, be open to receive the information. It's like, oh yeah, okay, like, I'm doing that. So hopefully this has helped. Like I said, I usually only share anything that I have went through that has created such a massive transformation in my life. I will keep you updated on all the body work that I'm doing. Like I said, my body is like unlocking me to a next level, because it's like my mind and my heart and my soul is ready to like achieve, but then there's just things inside of my body that I feel like are holding me back. And like now I'm like, rubber bands are snapping. I'm like literally being set free. So if any of this you can relate to, or if you have any questions, drop it in the comments. And you already know I'm very good at responding. So happy Wednesday, guys. This has literally been an awesome freaking week. I wish you so much of the best, and I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Oh, and by the way, if you don't know what this is, it's a heart. This is like Koreans. A lot of Koreans love doing heart. Okay, anyways, bye.